Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Red Line Racing Network. Is the Dynasty Racing League Gen 4 stars shine here in Sin City on their next stop in the 2025 campaign. Good evening, Matt Metler up in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth, and alongside me for the ride tonight, the man, the myth, the legend. I often refer to him as Mr. Excitement. DJ, what is going on, my man, and what can we expect from these guys here under the lights in bribe time? Well, at least the real time. Sim time, it's about 2 p.m. out in the racetrack.
What's happening, man? It's a beautiful Saturday night. Other than it raining all day, but I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Let's watch these guys sling it down.
And slinging it down they have been doing here through the opening laps, as it has been a juggernaut battle of the ages at the front between Nathan and Nick Robinson. The 31 and the 71 have been duking it out over the course of these opening laps of this race. We don't have stages here in the Gen 4 era, timing and scoring, of course, but it has been a great battle, as I have been told from a couple other people inside there down on the racetrack and caught up to speed. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that, as I had to go to work quickly as well. The DJ computer decided it didn't want to work, and I had to swap the backup in. And I got back here as soon as I could, so I apologize for a little bit of a delayed start here. But nonetheless, here we are, and they are out there on the racetrack putting on a hot one as expected. DJ, talk to me about that incident the 71 had coming down to pit road. You said it was...
Oh, the 23 just had a big moment in front of the 31.
Already.
Sorry.
No, hey, we're good.
Oh, he's going to lose it. Look at him. His right rear's got to be gone. Does he got a flat tire?
Did you say 23?
Yeah.
That's going to be back in that
20.
20.
Massive moments, one in front of the leader.
So that's
in front of the leader.
That's going to be the Miller Light Machine, currently being scored back in that 27th place position, as he is now side by side with the Napa Know-How ride.
Wow, he's sliding all over the place. He's done got them tires hot.
And that's the thing. We know a thing or two about this racetrack, as we spent a lot of time here in our league. And once you got those tires hot, forget about it. It was like the Waffle House had dumped the bacon grease in front of your race car. Even if you cooled them down, it didn't seem like it made that big of a difference. And that 23 is going to have his hands full here as he continues to run out there on the racetrack. And before we had his incident unleash out there for the first time. Talk to me about what happened with the 71, I believe, coming to pit road for the first time of Robinson. You said it was I don't remember exactly what the words you used to describe it were, but I know you said it was almost biblical, the type of save that he had out there on the racetrack. What exactly transpired? What did you see, DJ?
Toad Brown, that is what I saw. He almost cased it. I don't know how he held on to that thing. I would have wrecked it.
We sometimes we take for granted how good these drivers are in this series. The saves that they are able to pull off and execute sometimes just leave your jaw hanging, inches off of the floor, as it continues to be the 31 and the 71 show at the front. Also, if you notice up on the ticker, it says 93 strong, as we officially welcome back to competition tonight Matt Sizzler in that Kia Stinger. Obviously, everyone in the league's thoughts, prayers, especially from us up here in the broadcast booth and throughout the iRacing community, as he unfortunately lost his father not that long ago. And we know it's been tough couple weeks for this kid, and our thoughts are with him. And I just wanted to do something to just show our support for him, and threw that up there on the ticker on the broadcast side of things for him this evening. He also has a special paint scheme on that ride tonight to honor his father. How special would it be for him to go out there and win this thing? And let's not forget, DJ, not long ago, it seemed like at one point in time late in that race, he was going to be the car to beat, as now having a bit of a case of the blinkies here. We're going to try to get that stabilized as we send it back up to the point. 62 laps on the board, DJ.
Yeah, back to our point there, the 93 of Matt Sisler. That is an awesome paint scheme, buddy. We're all praying for you, and all of our thoughts are with you.
Out of Auburn Hills, Michigan, and they've had a bitter cold winter, as much of the Northeast has. In fact, severe weather right now unfolding in Dixie Alley, the deep south. So make sure you guys, if you're in that area, have ways to get watches, warnings. You're typically not thinking about tornadoes and typical spring severe weather mode right now. So if you're in those areas, please keep an eye to the sky. It has not been a good day thus far. However, a great evening in the early going here for Matt Sisler as he runs in that 12th place position. How about the Master of Chaos? Kenny Thompson has a new look on that machine. He's been really cranking up the excitometer. First time out there in competition, you got to roll it back to the Winter Series. And we really got to see this guy develop and come into his own here on and caution on the racetrack. Thank you, DJ. This gonna be the
there's
first.
A lot of smoke.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's the 23.
The 23, Clayton, involved in potentially a big one here as we go back to the instant replay. Oh, that's the Ken Robnett just behind him. Let's go ahead and cue playback and see what happened. Oh, the 20. Oh, man, he got hammered. He went down there, flirted with the apron, probably similar to what happened with the 71 when he was coming on pit road. Robnett didn't have enough time to react. The front of his car acted like a javelin and dropped and picked up the Miller 23 machine. The rear end right off the ground. Did you see that, DJ?
Oh, man, that sucks. That 9 car was a good car. The 23 just got the apron. That transition, man, that just sends you.
We're going to go on board here with Ken Robnett. And again, this guy is a true professional, but never just railroad somebody like this. So let's jump on board now with the 09 and look at this at speed. By the time he had a moment to react, he was already in it. Unfortunately, all that produce is now expired on that Tops Markets machine. That's the bad news. The good news is he may live to survive and fight out another lap here after this one. Here we go. Watch this and just... Oh, my. Robnett.
Yeah, the 23, it looks like was just trying to get out of his way or just trying to hold his line for him, and he just caught that transition.
It looked odd, didn't it? How that transpired out there on the racetrack. Now the 9
didn't look like he meant to block or anything.
No,
it got loose.
It didn't. It looked like you said, it looked like he was trying to basically be courteous and give the preferred lane or give a lane to the 9. And he just didn't expect that transition to jump up there and bite him. And remember, these Gen 4 cars, these have truck arms on these race cars, solid rear axles. It's not multi-link independent rear suspension. So those transitions have a lot more of effect on the geometry and the way that this race car is going to react. And unfortunately, the bomb went off right in front of the 9. And he's going to need to come down pit road perhaps for some wet naps, scented candles, and to get that that Dodge ponded back out. However, probably could have been a lot worse as that car still seems to have all the power and the steering seems to be still pointed in the right direction, DJ.
Yeah, we were talking about the 23 earlier. He was really struggling, like he got that right rear real hot, and looks like it just finally bit him.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this racetrack. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Because we've seen it happen to even some of the elites in our series. We've seen it happen to the 71. Granted, the save was next level. Evel Knievel, eat your heart out on that one. As we re-rack, restack the deck here. Under caution for the first time this evening for incident. Las Vegas, the place. Redline Racing Network, bringing you all the sights and sounds. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening, stopping in the youtube.com live chat. Sound off, support the cause. Let us know who you're rooting for. We'll get you some screen time and your favorite driver as well. is two familiar faces going to be here at the front. That Aaron's Dream Machine 00 is not going to be the leader. He is going to be Dakota Osborne back in that 26th place position. Remember, lap cars do not automatically circle to the back. This is Winston Cup era's points and scoring. DJ, you want to do us the honors and take us back to green, buddy?
Let's do it. The pace car's off. The 31's going to roll into the restart zone here, and back green we go. Awesome restart for the 31.
Wipe the Dutch, kick the clutch, hope that rear end doesn't bust. Boogity, 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 green flag back in the air. Here we go once again from Las Vegas. What a restart. It looked like he had 1,000 horsepower and all-wheel drive underneath that car. That was insane. He's going to shoot.
He's got a lot of nerve to pin that throttle down like that.
I was going to say.
These cars love to spin the tires.
He's got some. I'll tell you what, no one's ever going to question the size of the lug nuts on that race.
We got another caution. Oh,
no. You don't see this very often. Report that Gary Donaldson has come down pit road.
Oh, no, it was the 23 again. Oh, he just got loose. He got loose and
I think
got run into.
I think you talked about pinning the throttle. Maybe perhaps that was part of the problem. I'm not sure yet. We're going to have to go back and check this one out. This happening just off of the restart here. And it was 23 again who was involved in the first caution sequence out of Louisville, Kentucky. You're going to have to play with the flux capacitor here on this one and roll it back. This may be too far back. You know what, let's bring it back to the live side of things here, and we'll give timing and scoring a chance to kick up. There was a lot that transpired there really quick. There we go. So Nathan, unfortunately, going to have to do that all over again. I mean, that was, talk about going beast mode on that restart, DJ. That was a heck of a hole shot there by the 31.
Yeah, that was awesome. But the 71 might have him figured out on this next restart.
Well, spoken like a true race car driver. You know, this is a mental game of chess, you know, with these P1, P2, these guys up front. You know, eventually they're going to time it right. You know, you're going to restart after restart. You're going to have to show all of your, lay all the cards out there on the table, and they're going to eventually guess one of these restarts right. And that was a great. Nick probably wants to get another shot at it, which he's going to have the opportunity. But Nathan probably said, "Man, that was as good as it's going to get, and I got to do it all over again now." So we got to re-rack, restack the deck here. Lights still on that iRacing.com pace car, which means we have to go at least another time around.
I'll tell you what, Matt, that 88 car is coming.
What's your Benjamin TBB?
He's all the way up to fourth now.
The PA man.
Look who's right behind him.
Donald Hickson. Two drivers that you expect to be in the conversation and a part of the storyline, especially at Las Vegas. Taylor Butcher Benjamin always knows to go high-stakes, full-blown Las Vegas mode. And Hickson Jr. is a mastermind at the mile-and-a-half racetracks in that DEI iconic throwback Budweiser number 8 paint scheme. It is really... it is special to see that paint scheme on the in competition a couple months ago, not on the Cup side of things or necessarily on the NASCAR series, but out there on the, I believe that was the modifieds, correct? Dale Jr. was running in earlier this year, DJ?
I think it was the late models.
Late models, thank you. And I'll tell you what, while it wasn't identical to the one Junior used to run, it was so close, and it brought back so many memories. It's great.
It was beautiful.
It was. Great looking paint scheme. as Donald Hickson Jr. always has on his race car. As the lights are out on the Mustang, leading the charge right now. There he goes. Here we go. 0-0. Not on the lead lap. Your leader going to restart from the outside lane. Green flag.
We got another great restart.
Man, this guy is just trigger happy on the launch button. And he is not afraid to throw his foot in it either. Look at him go. And Robinson not really letting him get away either. Those two guys, they are restart machines. The first restart, Nathan was able to jump out to about 4/10. This one, it's 2/10. So the 71, a little bit better, but still brilliant execution. You can see why, it's been the Nathan and Nick show for the first 73 laps of this race. But DJ, as you said, don't forget about Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Donald Hickson Jr.
Oh,
now,
no, we got another yellow.
What in the world is going on here? Another restart. In the words of Darrell Waltrip, cautions, breeding cautions, and something we really never say here, or I haven't said here in DRL, but not that anything's impossible. Hey, it's Las Vegas. Anything and anything can happen. So that yellow flag's going to come back out once again. We're going to have to slow things back down. Oh, Mad Max in the 96 EA Sports throwback machine may have been involved.
He has taken it to the garage.
This is probably going to be a bad hit here. We're going to pick him up coming through the turns 1 and 2 complex. And to me, this looks like, what? Okay, this is after the incident. Let's see what happened here. The 96 EA Sports machine. Usually, he keeps that car neat and clean.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
You got to hold the brake. Come on.
We found a member of the ARCA brake, boys. Oh! That's not what you want to see out there, DJ. Now we know what happened. So let's dissect this from a couple different angles here. We're going to stop this here. So we know Mad Max is going to send it in there with a little bit of steam still dialed up in that race car. He's going to clip a race car coming from the top shelf down to the bottom, as this is a self-cleansing racetrack. Now we got to try and send this up the hill a little bit here, because there's going to be
watching the telemetry, the 96 was slowing down.
He was.
The 23 just didn't hold the brakes.
And that's going to be Gary Donald. You said the 23, not the 6. I don't know why it just...
23. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just didn't hold the brakes.
So unfortunately, it's going to be Clayton once again. Yeah, Mad Max was definitely on the binder. Still was coming in at a decent clip, but well off the loud pedal. So here we go. Keep your...
I don't know, Matt. That 23 had a little bit of help getting into one.
Well, that's what I was just getting ready to allude to, DJ. Thank you. So let's jump on board the bumper GoPro camera looking out the back of the 23. And he has a faceful, I believe that is a 78 of Kyle Gray. So let's roll this back just a couple frames here, not much. Roll this back quarter speed. You're looking out the back of the 23 machine. And as DJ pointed out, may have had some help. And boom, there is the contact right there.
He definitely had some help there, buddy.
Boom, shakalaka. The back of the car was off the ground. And that's going to send him on the ride for life here. He's going to go flow ridered right round, get his face taken off courtesy of the one. And then Mad Max is going to have nowhere to go and be the master of the 23's iRacing disaster and finish him off there, Mortal Kombat style. Good Lord Jesus. And, and again...
That caught the one of Kirby Caputa?
Well, I call him Captua, but yes, unfortunately Kirby caught a piece of that one as well. there in the 1. Part of ALR Racing.
I was going to say he might be okay, but he's got pretty bad nose damage.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this as well. Oh, yeah, there it is. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. He's got moderate pug face on the front of that one machine, and
we're going back green here at the front.
We're cycling back to the live now as we speak.
The 31 gets a massive restart again, but the 71's right in his clutches. The 71's figured him out.
All it takes is a couple reps, especially for these elites, these veterans. And the 71 is sniffing up the right tree now when it comes to these restarts here. In fact, look at the closing rate as they fire down the backstretch here. Those two cars just take off. I mean, they are gone. I mean, I know these cars are rear-wheel drive. I can't even say it because they look like they're all-wheel drive and 1,000 horsepower the way these two guys take off. I mean, they're already out to over almost a full second on the 99 of Rogers out of Mansfield, Texas.
I want to note, look how well the 71 rolls the bottom, especially through the center.
Let's jump on board.
The 31 couldn't do that. He's went up to the middle now.
The 71 really knows how to bring this car down to the bottom of the racetrack and just carry a ton of mojo through there. So we now join the 71 on the onboard camera. Out of Four Oaks. Look at this. DJ, that is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, that is. These cars usually don't handle that well at Las Vegas. He's figured it out.
I mean,
he's also saving a little bit more tire than that 31, I'd like to think, rolling the bottom like that.
Oh, absolutely, 100% for certain. And just look at how tiny his wheel inputs are. You know, they're going to be a little exaggerated, but look how he just brings this car lightly down to the bottom of the racetrack, and you see him automatically start to feed the counter steer in, but you don't see him sawing at the wheel. It's very small inputs, and those smaller inputs, correct me if I'm wrong, DJ, also help in the tire saving department as well, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. I used to think that the higher side of the racetrack would save your tires, but you know, over the years of experience, I've learned that that tends to be the opposite.
Yeah, well said. You know, sometimes I'll try to balance it out. I'll try to run 5-6 laps on the bottom, then, you know, run 5-6 up at the top, or, you know, some tracks I'll run the bottom 1 and 2, the high side 3 and 4, and I'll try a variety.
Here comes DBB. He's going to be looking for third here.
On board now with Taylor Butcher Benjamin as he's got his sights dialed in on that Affleck 99 machine as we take you up close and personal on board with the battle here.
What a corner.
Big time corner. He takes it all the way down to the flatlands, keeps it straight and is footing it. And it's a John Force special all the way into the turn here.
There he goes. No shot. Watch the crossover here from the 99.
He thought about it, just TBB said it.
That almost was close.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
That could have been bad.
We seen what that can do not that long ago. You could tell that Danny Rogers really wanted to deploy that crossover. Benjamin had just enough zest in that race car to prevent him from pulling it off, but man, that got really skinny there. There was almost contact.
I'll tell you what, Matt. Over plenty of races racing with this 88 car, he is nothing to play with. Sometimes it takes him a little bit to figure the track out, but once he figures it out, these boys are in trouble.
Yeah, that was one of the things one of the drivers that first caught my eye in this series back in the SRM days was Taylor Butcher Benjamin. It had always seemed like no matter what type of racetrack we were at, he would always fire off fast. He would always have elite speed. And then exactly what you said. If for some reason he was off a little bit, he was lacking, It didn't take him long, and he would always have it figured out, before the end of these races, and often led to some electric, highlight reel grade finishes between himself and another driver that used to run the Cartoon Network paint scheme who's not, I haven't seen him here in the 2025 campaign as of yet. Hopefully we get a chance to relive some of those days with those battles. However, you did a heck of a job against him at Daytona, as you were the Daytona 500 winner. Let's not forget what you were able to do week one in this series, as this is a hot, fast and furious battle for P3 between the 99 of Rogers, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Then a little bit up the road, the battle for the lead is heating up. The 31's tires are giving up, and the 71s are still vibing, as he is doing a better job of saving that right rear, I think, just a little bit better than the 31. And look at him closing the gap, DJ.
Yeah, if you're the 71 here, you got to make quick work of this 31. Or TBB's well on his way, and he's not going to waste any time when he gets there.
31's going to dial up all the glory in the highest on the high side of the racetrack to hold off that run from the 71. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, the fastest car on the racetrack last time by. The 71 ran a 29.91 to a 29.94. So he is consistently just a little bit quicker, but DJ, catching them is one thing, passing them is another. Is a 71 going to be able to thread the needle?
Oh, he's getting loose.
Big time loose, and he saved it again.
What a save.
I'll tell you what. Those are intense moments when you try to turn down the racetrack and you feel that back of that race car starting to skate on you. Most guys, they bail on the... No, he stayed in it. He just drove it. He drove himself right out of it.
He's going to try it again here to the bottom.
That car is dirt tracking. Oh, he can't. He just cannot pull off the slider on the bottom. He's going to have to take it to the top shelf of the racetrack. That 31 is running a perfect blocking line right now. He's just not letting the 71 come off the bottom, and that is allowing the 31 to maintain the lead. Thirty-one's going to slide up the hill here.
That time. If you're the 71, you got to try to roll to the bottom, and when you roll to the bottom, you got to try to get on his left rear quarter panel out the corner. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. He's going to look high here.
That's exactly
what a move.
That's what I'm talking about. The switch change-a-roo. Do it.
Oh, it's just not close enough for the side draft, though.
Going to try to change up again. He's going to send it back down to the low side of the racetrack now, taking it downstairs. Oh, the car rotated good there, got a little loose. You see in the wiggle. Also, the 31 got loose there as well. Does the 71 send it top shelf again this time? No, he does not. I firmly believe he can do it on the high side of the racetrack here. But the longer DJ he sits right in the wake of that 31, the more punishment those tires are going to take. How low can you go, DJ?
You got to try to get to his quarter here. Just that 31's got a motor, don't he?
Hey, these race cars have all the horsepower. They have all the torque, and part of which made this the golden era of the sport. Just because you have it doesn't mean you can put it down, especially as each time we complete another lap. That's more wear and tear. That's more fall off on these tires. Oh, that Nick is flirting with disaster right now. He is, they said it, Days of Thunder, loose is fast and on the verge of out of control. And I promise you, the 71 is walking that line right now, DJ.
He's trying, ain't he? He is trying.
If you're the 31, forget about that mirror. In fact, take it, rip it off, throw it out the window. Keep your hands tended to. Stay graded, stay focused, stay locked. and let your spotter let you know what's going on behind him. The 71 will burn you if you get caught mirror driving here. I mean, look at him.
Oh, he's going to try the outside again here.
You got to turn and burn, baby. Take it up to the top shelf of the racetrack like Jimmy Johnson used to do back in the day. He just cannot generate the run up there. This is incredible. Blocking by the 31. I mean, this would give me fits. I would be having a nervous or a mental breakdown inside the cockpit of that race car by now if I was a 71 and I just cannot find a way to get around this guy. He's not even doing him dirty. He's just putting that race car right where it needs to be to dirty up the air enough so that 71 just cannot put the power down.
If you're the 71 here, at any point do you start to get impatient? Because if he looks in his mirror, that gap between him and the 99 is getting ever so smaller.
Well, here we go. It's a side-by-side drag race here. Can he get to it? No, he can't. He's going to dive it in there, though, anyhow. John Bon Jovi style, living on a prayer.
Got a side draft here.
Got a side draft here. How close do you want to get? Who's it going to be at the line? The 31's going to surge ahead, but he cannot shove it down.
Be careful not to clip that grass.
I think he did clip the grass. And the 31 is going to hold him off again. This is
99's coming. Danny Rogers is coming.
Rockin' Rogers is vibing right now because these two cars battling side by side like this is not the preferred lane around this racetrack. Rogers able to close the gap, and he is there. Last time by, Rogers ran a 29.84 to a 29.91. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in proximity to these drivers as well, as now we have a three-way battle for first.
3 cars under a blanket for the lead. 100 laps in at Las Vegas.
Smothered and covered just how I like my...
Whoa, what a move for fourth back there. Did you see that?
DBB, or was that John Barry?
Barry sent it. Wow, that was incredible.
That was a lot of faith on that one, DJ. I unfortunately didn't have that one in the frame. I was focused on the battle up front. But I can tell by the excitement in your voice that it was a big-time move out of the 11 as he's up 22 positions. John Barry is. Started deep in the woods in the rear with the gear here, and he has cracked the top 5. Second fastest car on the racetrack right now. That's important to keep in mind if we have another green flag run to close out this race.
You'd like to think they should be able to make it on fuel at this point on, right? I'm hearing a couple cars are fixing the pit.
Well, they last came down pit road on lap 65. At least everyone from first all the way to that 11th place position. So Chris James, excuse me. The first car that I think may be able to go the distance, Dakota Osborne back in 25th as he came down on lap 90. May be able to. However, Casbaro, Buzzy Mongold, Tyler Hyden in the 10 on pit road. That's going to cycle in Chris James, not Rick James. Chris James in the 82. In for potentially his final stop this evening. How long?
Here comes the 71.
Nick Robinson going to peel off, put it down pit lane. No mistakes here. He's got it.
I was just about to say, he can't make a mistake like he made earlier.
No, you can't have that. Not here, not now. This league, these drivers too good. They will chew you up and spit you out. You have to be flawless usually to win one of these races.
Now, if I'm the 31, I'm coming next lap.
Yeah, you cannot give him a tire advantage here. And remember, there's a ton of fall off here. So
he's going to stay out.
So Nathan continues to stay on the racetrack and burn the midnight oil.
That's going to put TVB second and Donald Hickson third. Kenny Thompson fourth.
There's the master of chaos. New colors on his race car. But just like I was saying earlier, this driver continues to get better. here in DRL competition. And it's been...
Now the 31 comes to pit road, but did he come too late?
That's the $1 million question, DJ. I would have thought he would have either tried to come down right when the 71 did, if not the very next lap.
That's going to cycle TBB out to the lead for now.
So the second most winningest driver in DRL history finds his way to the point. He carries the torch here in Las Vegas. Last pitted on lap 65. He is not going to have enough go fast in the tank. And here he comes down pit road. Easy breezy, nice and smooth there. No tire smoke. Just another walk in the park for Taylor Butcher Benjamin as he's in for his final stop. It's sizzle time.
Matt Sisler's going to lead a lap here.
I didn't want to jinx him. I didn't want to say anything. The last time I started talking good about him when his hopes and dreams were destroyed at Daytona. But great to see him out there leading laps. Great to see him back in competition and with a very special paint scheme.
I mean, just look at the speed differential between old tires and new tires.
It's like you're standing still just about it. It's almost not fair.
I mean, it looks like them guys have 100 more horsepower.
Easy. It doesn't even, like I said, it doesn't even look fair. That's how much fall off you have. Sizzler, Anderson, Ralph Fasano Sr., and Kirby Captua all down last on lap 75.
Now, does anybody play the fuel strategy game? Does anybody try to stretch it?
Well,
We seen that the other night.
did we ever? Daytona Redemption, baby.
I got played like a fiddle.
That, you know what, DJ? That rarely happens. Usually it's the other way around. I just don't know if anyone can really roll the dice and go that long. I mean, if you look at who hasn't pit yet, that's everyone from first to that fifth place position. That's Gary Donaldson. They were all down on lap between 74 and 75.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it, Matt Sisler. That 93 car looks beautiful in the lead.
Yes, it does. In fact, let's jump on board with Matt Sisler.
So he's going to pit now.
As he takes that Kia Stinger down pit road. Gets
Got
it
a little loose. That was a pretty good pit entry, though.
Yeah, that pit road is slick, man.
It's hard on these old tires.
It certainly is.
When they get hot.
Sizzler now aims towards his pit stall as that's going to cycle. Actually, he's going to bring the last wave down with him. So there's going to be the 15 on pit road. You're going to have Donald Hickson Jr. getting back out of the racetrack, and that's going to cycle Nick Robinson back to the lead. And he is going to have a substantial lead over. What happened? Oh, the 31.
Look at the time that the 31 lost because he waited 2 or 3 extra laps longer than the 71.
That's exactly where I was going with the DJ. You're absolutely right. And not only that, John Barry is just giving the business to the 31. Remember, that 11 machine was really stout on older tires, and he is fighting for daylight, fighting the daylights out of him now, as he's going to try to get by him on the top shelf of the racetrack here. The 31's going to just let her rip, tater chip, Cletus McFarland style on the bottom. The 11's going to clear him back.
Now, if I'm the 71, I'm looking in my mirror and I'm having a disco party.
Exactly.
In that cockpit.
He wants to see them.
Screaming, race him, John, race him.
No one's cheering on John Barry more than Nick Robinson. That's for 100% for certain. As you see them quickly get single file. And now the 31's going to have to go back on the assault here. Or DJ, could he work with the 11 to try to play the draft a little bit to gain some ground on the 71?
Maybe if we were at a little bigger track like Auto Club, I don't think it as much matters here, especially when the tires start to wear out like they are. But you never know. It does still play a factor, just not a huge one.
Exactly. Definitely at Auto Club, it would have a significant impact, I think, if they, instead of battling each other, just work together to chase down that lone car and then go, then go to war, so to say. But you're right. They just really don't have enough real estate here. And the one thing you do need, if you want to use that speed, is grip, and that is a big-time premium, as you can already start to see the fall off here already. And we were just down pit road moments ago. 20 laps left on the board here momentarily. We have to step aside and at least do one commercial break, take care of our sponsor obligations. We'll be back and take you all the way to the checkered flag and through post-race coverage here on Redline Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Redline Racing Network as we are in the closing moments, the final stages here of this race from Las Vegas. And it has been a barn burner from Sin City as the Dynasty Racing League Gen 4 series has put on a thriller here throughout the course of the evening. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on the network and being a part of all the high flight, high racing action this evening. And especially you, DJ, for joining me up here in the broadcast booth with just 13 laps to go in this one.
Yeah, thank you for having me. During the commercial break, the 31 and the 71 were throwing elbows. I mean, they were trading paint. And then the 71 got a little loose and got into the wall, and now here we are, the 31 scooting away.
The 31 trying to get out of Dodge here. And John Barry, who saw this one coming? I mean, we know he started it deep in the woods, the next county over. Now he is up 24 positions. Something has happened to Robinson. That car, I think he abused those tires too much, and I think he is holding on right now. Now he's under duress from the 99 of Rogers. As he now sends it down to the bottom. The 9th at 71 is forced to run the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. DJ, you think it was a case of the tires, the battling too intense, and now he's paying the price for getting those Goodyears too hot?
He was fighting the 31 pretty hard, and like I said, they started throwing elbows at each other, and I think he just went a little too hard.
You know, late in the race, and I get that, and I've been guilty of it. I'm sure you've done it too, DJ. And, you know, there's nothing like going out there on the racetrack and getting a win, especially when it's against the strength of field like we see here tonight.
Still a long ways to go.
That's right. It ain't over till it's over. In the last couple races that you and I have called, oh my, have we had some big-time game changers late in these races. So stick around, folks. It ain't over till that checkered flag flies. However, Nathan, in that 31 machine, probably the longest final 10 laps of his life. Rogers able to get on by. That's going to shuffle. And look who. I got excited there for a moment. I saw Kirby in the 1. Unfortunately, that is not for position as Kirby is holding on, fighting the good fight. In that 20th place position. Ralph may have other plans, though, than Apanohel, man. As this is a battle for position between the 15 and the 1. So we got battle for position going on all over the racetrack and right off the back door of the 71, for that matter.
This thing's not over.
It's
the 11's running faster than the 31 right now.
Barry is boogieing right now.
10th faster that last lap.
You know, in fact, let's see if we can show the closing of the gap here. Let's throw up the time delta. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and you can see where the 11 is quicker.
He's going to need a little bit more than that, though.
Last time by, he was just a 10th. He's going to need a little more than that, as now the 31 picks it up a little bit there as well. Seven laps remaining to decide the winner of this race. Who has the patience of a saint not to try to push that throttle pedal to the floorboards here? And this is certainly a case, DJ, where slower is faster, I think, because of just the tire fall off here.
Big wiggle out of the 11. You can't do that.
Yeah, Barry is driving. He's driving for his life right now. I mean, he is throwing the kitchen sink at it. Oh, he's in the wall. The 11's in the wall.
Oh, no.
He didn't lose a lot. He lost 2/10 there. 5 laps to go. He's need to go full-blown Cletus McFarland mode here, how we've seen earlier today out there at Daytona. But you know what? If I'm John Barry, I don't want to ruin a good run right now by trying to get too much and stuffing this car in the fence. I mean, this is really been a superb performance from John Barry, a big statement maker here as well, up 24 positions. And Nathan just being a juggernaut, the Iceman not cracking under all of that pressure from Nick Robinson, who now finds himself back in 4th. Hickson in that 5th place position. PBB has lost a little bit of momentum here, some speed in the later portions of this race. Now back to where he started in P6. Chris James, Farnsworth Jr., Broby, and Kenny Thompson round out your top 10 with just 3 laps to go. DJ, go ahead. Bring us home, man. You can call the last 3, brother.
Wow, I mean, Nathan has just driven almost the perfect race.
He certainly has. I mean, right now, he's just doing what he needs to do. Don't drive this race car harder than you have to, right? You have 0.7 of a second. Just be
he's driving away into the sunset. He just doesn't need to make a mistake here.
I mean, John is still going for broke back here. I mean, I said, who's going to go full-blown high-stakes Las Vegas mode? That's how John's driving.
He's jumping up and down right now, and he's saying, get me to the white. White flag out in Vegas. Nathan's going to take him to it. No cautions.
No cautions.
We're racing back.
That's right. Nathan's only got roughly about a mile to go. John Barry in that second place position. He is still doing the bob and weave, the crazy train down the back, or the Indy Snake, I should say, chasing that race car. It's just not going to be enough.
Nathan Jurgensen putting an exclamation point on a near perfect race. No mistakes. He's going to roll the dice and he's going to win in Vegas. What an awesome race.
Boom shakalaka, baby. That's how you get it done in Sin City. Excellent call there, DJ, coming to the checkered flag. And Nathan, the juggernaut out there on the racetrack tonight, he is going to be your winner in that Chevrolet. John Barry just put a big target on his back as far as watch me next week, ladies and gentlemen. Up 24 positions for a runner-up P2 position. And how about Danny Rockin' Rogers out of Texas coming home third, DJ?
I was just about to say, he gave the 31 a little love there. Burn it down, buddy. You deserve it. What a drive. That was awesome.
Your winning moment of the race right here, brought to you by...
He's so excited he forgot how to get the car sideways.
You know, when I won that All-Star race at Ghost Cup Series a couple years ago, I forgot how to do a burnout. I didn't know what to do. I was so excited I couldn't even drive the car. As he now sends it to the grass. It has a little bit of a field day down there. We get ready to transition to post-race coverage here. Talk to our top 3 finishers. We're going to step aside just for a moment, reset, and we'll be back with driver interviews to wrap this one up. Race fans, welcome back to Las Vegas. Is Nathan in the 31 gets the win here from Sin City as we now cycle officially to post-race coverage on Redline Racing Network. DJ Daniel up in the Tony Trapasso Memorial broadcast booth as well. Igniting and vibing the airwaves. Helping me fighting the good fight up here. I appreciate your time and effort and energy up here as well. Let's see who we get to talk to, DJ. We got to find out, as doesn't appear they're in the normal broadcast waiting room. Perhaps they're still having a quick discussion here with their team, or perhaps a league admin before they get ready to join us here in the waiting room. Again, we're going to be looking for the race winner, the 31, John Barry, and the 11, and the 99 of Danny Rogers.
There he is.
Joining us now in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth, comes home in that third place position, Danny Rogers. What is going on, my man? Try him one more time. Danny Rogers, Matt and DJ up top. You got a copy.
Hey, 1 second, guys. For some reason, my volume's not working.
Not a problem. Take your time.
I'm going to try to get out of here and then get back in.
We can hear you just fine, but go for it. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how many times that happens. You're in that voice channel all race long, and then you just change the channel, and things just they blow up on you. They self-implode. It happens. As Danny's going to make some adjustments there, we could hear him just fine. I don't think he could hear us as well as he would like to. So here we go. Let's try it one more time. Welcoming you back to the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth. Danny Rogers, Matt, and DJ standing by. You got a copy on us now. Yeah, his audio is just not cooperating with him.
Hold on, guys. Some reason I can't hear you guys. My volume's not working.
We can hear you just fine. I have an idea here. Let's see if I can just DM him and just ask him to give him, just from his own perspective, the breakdown of his race. And that way we can still get his thoughts and make it less of a struggle for him. But that's if he gets the notification. So while he works on that, let's see if we can get a hold of P3 maybe.
Oh, you want to try one more time?
Oh, he's back again.
Try one more time.
Danny, Matt, and DJ up top. You got a copy.
Oh, man, of all times for your audio to quit working.
I've been in his position. Danny, if you can hear me just a little bit at all, just give me a summary of your race. How were you able to get it home with a podium here this evening in Vegas? Because we can hear you fine. And I'm afraid he cannot hear me at all right now. So what I'm going to do is we'll leave him.
I can't even hear you guys.
There he is.
For some reason, my volume's not working, but it's working in the waiting room.
Okay, well, let's just take it to the waiting room then. So, easy fix. All right. Danny,
Hey,
can you hear us now?
Oh, no.
Still can't hear you guys.
What?
Here, I'm going to message him. I'm going to send him a DM here. We're going to figure this out.
I got y'all now.
There we go.
All right. Danny, I'll keep it simple. How were you able to come home with a solid podium position here this evening? Walk me through your race this evening from your perspective. How did you get it done in Sid City this evening? And I think he's muted.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm back. I just tried to play the conservative game all night, but I was just too conservative the last half of the race. Yeah, he was able to get on pit road better than us. I suck getting off of pit road.
Danny, you bring up pit road here, and I think that's an area that often gets overlooked, especially when there's a lot of green flag racing. I mean, pitting under green against elite competition, you have to execute all phases. And if you miss, in particular on pit road, usually you're out of the game. But, I mean, you had so much speed in that race car, you were able to overcome, as you said, not exactly a perfect pit road entry, but you had so much vibe in your ride, you were still able to gain those positions back out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, it seemed like I had to pass a lot of cars tonight. I kind of wore out my tires the first couple runs there, having to run the bottom too much. I kind of like running the top, keeping the momentum up, especially on exit. But the 31, he was just overall the best car tonight. Congrats to Nathan. And second was John Berry. I thought I was going to catch John at the end. He got in the wall a couple times, but I don't know, man. I couldn't conserve my tires better than those two guys.
Yeah, it's, this racetrack is tough on the tires. DJ and I spent a lot of time here last week, and it was giving us fits, I ain't going to lie. But still, for you to be able to go out there and perform the way you did in that Ford, obviously throwing some shade at Carl Edwards, who made that Aflac scheme famous. You looked a lot like him out there back in the day. Before I cut you loose, Danny, first of all, congrats on a great run. Who do you want to thank? Who helps you get it done on that Aflac 99? The floor is yours.
Well, basically, I'm just driving for myself right now here in DRL. I'd love to have a teammate to race with, or a couple other guys as a team. I don't really know a lot of guys yet, but just trying to, keep grinding every week. I was really disappointed. I had a shot to win Rockingham last week. I led a lot of laps.
Yes, sir.
My internet froze up 65 laps in leading the race. And I was very disappointed after that. I knew we could have won that race last week, but I'm just glad able to run all 134 laps and get a solid top 3.
I'll tell you what, Danny, you keep driving like that, and I'm certain you will be on a team in no time. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a lot like Carl Edwards. Gave out business cards and said, hey, you need a race car driver, I'm your man. Danny Rogers is rocking out there. No team, a one-man army. And if you want to add some serious firepower to your initiative out there, get hooked up with this guy in the 99. He is bad, FAST fast. Danny, thanks for joining me up here in the broadcast booth. Best of luck next week, and I hope we speak to you then as well.
Yes, thank you, guys. Sorry again for my Discord issues I was having.
Hey, not a problem, man. I'm just glad we were able to get a chance to talk to you, and you have a wonderful evening, sir.
You too, guys. Take care. Bye.
DJ, that's about as honest of an interview as you can ask from somebody. I am shocked to hear he does not have a team, but when you put up finishes and results like that, I mean, it's not going to take long.
Yeah, he's quick.
Doesn't look like anyone wants to talk to us tonight, man.
Oh, really?
I mean, appreciate Rogers for fighting the good fight and getting a chance to talk with him. But sometimes, these drivers, they have other plans. Perhaps, hey, it's Saturday night, Valentine's Day weekend. John Berry had a phenomenal run. I'm going to scan the Discord here once again, and sometimes you can pluck them. Yeah, but sometimes you can pluck them. Sometimes they don't like it. We're going to give it a shot here. We're going to test the waters. We're just going to use our little broadcaster privilege powers here and do this.
Just like doing it. Oh, hello.
John, sorry to kind of backdoor you there. Matt and DJ up in the broadcast booth.
Hey, what's up?
Man, what's up? Talk to me about that amazing run tonight. You biggest mover of the race. You started in the next county, and yet here you are, P2. How did you make that a reality?
First, they had like a pit party during practice. In the first corner, we did a speed. The guy behind me ran me over. I was like, ooh, that's not a good omen. I'm just going to start all the way in the back and just chill. And it seems like everybody else was burning their tires up so badly. And as like, as every time we did a pit cycle, it kind of got further up and up and up. And just, just basically like, I don't know, I just kind of figured out the tire strategy game just a little bit, kind of early in this road, and it worked out in my benefit.
Yeah, certainly. And that 11 car, it seemed like the longer you ran out there, the faster you got. And that thing was really a missile at the end of the race. I think if you had a little more time there, you could have went up there and perhaps challenged. That would have been a great battle. But nonetheless, a superb run, execution on all phases. Elite status, if you ask me. couldn't have done anything better out there on the racetrack. I'm sure you as a driver can always, critique yourself and find ways to improve. But from the broadcast side of things, you were flawless. Before I cut you loose, John, who do you want to thank? Who helps you get it done on the 11th?
I like to thank me and me only because I'm the one who drives the car. I don't have enough money to hire anybody else to work on this thing. My pit crew is a bunch of clones, and sometimes they fail to show up to work. So I gotta go out of the car and change my own tires. I'm really good at it. I like to thank my wife for letting me do this and not hating me for spending my time driving left for 2 hours. I don't know how long to race. And I like to thank the company that sponsors me, and they haven't fired me yet. I give them every opportunity to do so. So I like to thank them for giving me the money to play this game. And that's about it.
Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. John Barry dials up greatness here tonight. Still hanging on the sponsor side. He keeps getting the paycheck, and he keeps delivering the performances like that. I don't think he will have a problem. John, thanks for joining us topside, and best of luck next week. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again really soon.
Yep, thank you very much. Hopefully I see you all next week.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure to talk to John Barry. It was hard not to laugh when he said, "I'm still taking their money, though." you gotta love a good personality up here in the booth. Sometimes you never know what you're gonna get, but that was good commentary there from John.
It's like Nathan's in the same channel.
Nathan's in the same channel, so we'll do the same thing. Hopefully we don't snag him mid-roll. And DJ, since I talked to the first two, I'm going to let you have the opportunity to interview our winner here this evening. Joining us now in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth. Wait a minute. Where did he? Okay.
Wrong spot, Matt.
Why did he? Oh, oops. There we go. Now, your winner. Joining us up in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth, standing by with DJ Daniel. You got our leader this evening.
Hey, Matt, it's DJ and Matt in the booth. You got a copy?
Call me Matt.
Oh, well, oops.
Well, it's my first race. That's understandable. How's it going, guys?
Good. How about yourself? I bet you're doing good.
Yeah, man. That's a fun race. These cars are so much fun to drive. That should be illegal.
Oh yeah, they're definitely awesome, man. So, walk me through your race. How did everything feel?
Yeah, it was. I love the long green flag runs, and I felt like Nick was faster than me. So I think I just was on better pit strategy there at the end. They kind of cut that last run in half. I ran long, so I can kind of run them down with some fresher tires. I was holding Nick up on the before we pit there. He was faster, and I was kind of holding him up, and then he short pit me, so I just kind of ran as long as I could so that when I caught him, our tire differential would be pretty big, and things got spicy there for a lap or two between Nick and I there. That was pretty fun. We were throwing haymakers, and then, man, John, he was just faster like throughout the entire race. I didn't see him at the beginning of the race, and then by the end of the race, he had me absolutely sweating. So that last run, as he was chasing me down, he was on 2 laps older tires than me. So he was wheeling it there at the end. He made me pretty nervous, but happy to get the wins. My first time back in the series in 5 years. So really cool that you all had me and that it turned out this way.
Oh man, that was awesome. And like you were saying, y'all were throwing elbows, man. We were in a commercial break, and I'm sitting here watching this, jumping up and down in the booth. You got me pretty excited. How'd that feel in the car?
Oh man, there's just nothing more fun than that. And I didn't talk to Nick after the race. I hope he's cool with it, because I don't know, that one lap we were even. We're door to door going into one, and I think our noses were exactly even going into the corner. And if I try to run the bottom there, if I run the bottom there, I run that white line, it's real bumpy. You have no chance of making that pass down there. So I ran the seam, and I think he was hoping or expecting me to run the white line, and we kind of bounced doors there into one, and then into 3 he kind of gave it back to me and hit me over in 3. So I'm not sure if to me it's all it's just good spicy racing. I mean, nothing wrong with any of that. That was pretty fun, and I had a tire advantage at that time, so it wasn't he wasn't on equal ground there. I had a bit of an advantage.
Well, Rubbin's racing. Y'all didn't wreck each other, and y'all both got a pretty decent finish here. But Matt, I'm
We
gonna
were
turn
running
this
on
one-
top. We were running on top of each other for so many laps. I think we both knew what the other guy could handle. I don't think either of us was even going to consider wrecking the other guy. So just good fun racing.
Nathan,
No, there's a lot of talent here in this league, and you're able to do that with these guys.
Hey, Nathan, Matt up here in the booth. I'm going to chime in for just a moment. What we witnessed there with you guys, I mean, that John Force special you were talking about, that side-by-side drag racing, that was absolutely incredible. It does not get any better than that. And for you guys to throw it on the line like that, I forgot how many laps it was. I lost count. It was so darn good. And not to take, and to watch, the saves that both you guys were getting loose at times. I mean, the 71 was real in that race car. You were up on the wheel. It was getting, dicey up close and personal at times. And you guys fought the good fight. I said, Nathan went juggernaut status and the 71 went beast mode. I mean, that is what you live for as a broadcaster. So thank you for coming back out here tonight. Obviously, a hidden boss lost in the hands of time, but returns tonight and puts on a statement performance. Congratulations on getting the W, and we hope to see you out here in competition again really soon.
Well, thanks a lot. It's why we join the sim, right? Like, it's fun for us drivers as well. That's what you're hoping to find, a couple other guys that are willing to do that and that you could do that with. That's all that you ask for. So shout out to John and to Nick. I was holding Nick up for a lot of laps. He could have wrecked me at any point that he wanted to. So I really appreciate it and can't wait to go on. I don't know what track is next, but it's going to be fun.
It certainly will, especially when you have battles like that going on throughout the course of the race. Grandma was sitting next to me. She had her life alert in one hand, the popcorn in the other, and she was digging every minute of it. Nate, thanks for joining us up here in the booth. And before I cut you loose, how do I correctly pronounce your last name? I don't want to butcher it on you.
Oh, it don't matter. Jurgensen's fine.
Copy
And,
that.
Shout out Grandma Matt there.
We appreciate that. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Jurgensen, your winner. A hidden boss in DRL history, comes back and shows everyone why he is that guy tonight as he put up a performance, one of the best I have seen in Las Vegas in a while, between himself and the 71 at times. He's your winner, looks to carry the mojo into next week's competition. Thanks again for your time, and we hope to speak with you again really soon.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry for calling you Matt.
That would have made me laugh. It's like, who's Matt? But, hey, it's my first race. You got to haze me a little bit.
That was actually his first broadcast, or his first interview. I thought he did pretty darn good. I've done that so many times, DJ. Don't worry about it, buddy. It happens.
Oh, Lord.
We'll go ahead
Are
and
you off air?
no, I'm going to move you back down here to the waiting area, and then if you want us, we can join you as soon as we go to or finalize coverage here.
And for take care, guys.
You too, sir. All right, going to move him to the waiting room. There we go. So, DJ, that's going to wrap up at least the interviews and the post-race coverage portion of this broadcast. Again, want to extend our well wishes, our thoughts and prayers to Matt Sizzler, a.k.a. Sizzle Time. Great to have him back out there in competition. Beautiful paint scheme, and it was nice to see him leading laps out there. And we hope that things continue to get better, or the best they possibly can be. For him right now, is it's hard to lose anyone that's close to you, let alone a fatherly figure like that. And just so thankful to have him back out here in competition, and wish him the best. Let's go ahead, DJ. What do you say we look at tonight's final results here? From the Sin City, Las Vegas, the place we did battle. This 1.5-mile oval did deliver, if you ask me, and I think that'll be the consensus here when this one is officially over. Let's now throw it up on the big screen. Should be coming up now. There we go. You heard from the top three. Just missing out on the podium, driver you highlighted, DJ Donald Hickson Jr., while Nick Robinson, who was extremely strong and did all the heavy lifting and the fighting with Nathan Jurgensen at the point, comes home fifth. TBB rounds out your top 6. Chris James, Gary Farnsworth Jr., Brandon Broby, Kenny Thompson round out your top 10. Sizzle time in his return. Going to roll across that start-finish line 11th. Edwin Lightoff, Spencer Deal, David Anderson, Buzzy Mongold round out your top 15. Tyler Heaton, David Keisha, Matthew Casbaro. That's your top 18 as we cycle the results. Please cycle the results. 19th, HMFIC, James Pandolf out of Moo Crew Racing, Ralph Fonziaggio Sr., Kirby Captua, your top 20. Gary Donaldson, Brian Whitcomb, Dakota Osborne, Kyle Gray did not have the performance he was looking for this evening, as he's going to come home in that 25th place position. Mad Max, who had a horrible incident out there on the racetrack, going to kill his streak of solid finishes. Look for him to rebound next week as he comes home 26th. Clayton Lampkin, 27th. Ken Robnett, 28th. And rounding out the 29 drivers that started this field, however, he is up here in the booth with me, your Daytona 500 winner, DJ Daniel. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it is now that time where all good things must come to an end, including this broadcast. Got to thank all of the partners, the sponsors, league admins, James Pandolf for everything that he's does. Black Magic, Team Watson Racing Setups for everything they do for us as they're a part of our strategic family alliance. You need a paint for your car, get out of the static, go see the guys at Black Magic, and remember, it's good for 2/10 out there on the racetrack. And if you want to be part of a setup shop that's more than a speed shop, it is a family, it is a culture. They will put new vibe in your ride and revive your iRacing career. Look no further than Team Watson Racing Setups. Get in while you can. Tell them Redline Racing Network sent you. And as the late, great Tony Trapasso used to say, as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a favor. Don't play in traffic. And we'll see you next time right here on Redline Racing Network.